Video is on slander and libel and how people react. When I tell Miss Peaches that she did something wrong, she doesn't really react to it the way that you guys say that somebody should react to it. And when you got people in your corner who will help you out in a situation like that, who will help you out where you need it in court, it's a lot easier to be calm about it. When it's just you, you're too easy to victimize. With Miss Peaches, I got no doubts that she'll be fine. She's got some older brothers who will fuck some shit up anybody fucks with her. My favorite is Gibo. Although he lied, the fact is he was doing what Natalie did, telling a little white lie to try to protect people he cared about, because Gibo does care about me, and I know he does. Miss Peaches cares about me, and I know she does. Did I slander Miss Peaches? Fuck yes, I did. Hell fucking yes. And I'm fucking not one of those people who's gonna go sly hiding behind the bar kind of motherfucker. No, I'll admit it. She didn't like it. She didn't like it at all. She reacted the way that I did. Now, why would she react that way if she's not guilty of those things? Because she was fucking slandered. Not just slandered, but slandered by one of her friends. Slandered by somebody that she loves and cares about. Somebody that she had put a lot of trust in. Me. I slandered Miss Peaches. Yes, I'm fucking out here admitting it. You're goddamn right. I planned on admitting it before I even said that shit. I'm out to prove a fucking point. Miss Peaches isn't autistic, but she reacted the same way I did. And she's not the only one. She is not the only person who reacted the way that I did. Nearly everybody who was called out reacted the way that I did. And most of them are guilty. There's a few people, like, alright, Mandy Hughes. The information that she has that she can come forward with. And the information that Miss Peaches has that she can come forward with. The information that all of these people have. Katie Cahill, Lana Engeline, Amanda Engeline, Jerry Sparks. The information that all of them have could keep all of them safe from these predators and help get these predators off the streets. But they're all pissed off at me because I treated them all like shit. Why did I treat them all like shit? Because they treated me like shit. Did Miss Peaches treat me like shit? No. I mean, sure, there was a few times where she was so frustrated that she was screaming at me. But am I allowed to judge her for that? I mean, truly. Is that something I should be allowed to judge her for? I mean, after all, I screamed at her, did I not? I certainly did. But I can't call that equal. I can't. Do you know why that is? It's because Miss Peaches doesn't call me with her problems to fucking bitch at me and fucking scream at me because she's too frustrated. There are people who call me to scream at me. And I understand that it's not me they're angry at. They're angry at the situation they're in, or they're dealing with a severe amount of overload. I mean, I'm not sure how many of you guys realize that a lot of people with autism picked me up over Natalie's case. And sometimes they get a hold of me and just scream. Because they know that I'll understand. They know that I'm not going to take it personal. With Miss Peaches, one of the first things I typed back to her was me admitting that I slandered her. But it also served a purpose. It got something accomplished. I learned about 3 more occasions that she tried to go to the police and the police didn't care. She should have gone in and told them that her family was at risk, because they were. She should have gone in there just like Miss Candace should have called 911 as soon as people were posting up pictures of her old living room. People keep saying I chose this. No, I didn't choose this. I didn't choose for Candace to do nothing. All these people who just let it go, that's not letting it go. It's allowing it to continue. It's allowing these predators to continue to do it again without it being documented. And for me, trying to do it over the internet, I literally need somebody to sit down with me and help me with these. I mean, I get fucking stumped so much. You only have a certain amount of time to get it done, or you only have 2,500 words that you can type, or trying to attach a file to it isn't working, and I don't know how to do this shit. And that's one of the things that they took severe advantage of. The police, the Bollingers, all these people. I didn't know how to do anything except for Facebook, YouTube, and video games. And Amanda Engeline had to show me how to do the YouTube. I'd rather she showed me how to get my medical records. Teach me how to do that, Amanda. But Lana delegated. We did what Lana wanted. I literally, all right, the things that I learned how to do on the computer, all of this stuff that I learned how to do, it's because somebody showed me in person. The Craigslist thing, Natalie showed me how to do that in person. Hooking up video games and downloading skins for them, Josh showed me how to do that. Josh Hughes. And I try to tell you guys this. You can't just type at me how to do something. I need someone to show me, someone to sit with me and help me. Is it not obvious that I cannot function in this environment? I've been trying to get people to help me to get an advocate since before Natalie was killed. And you know what? I do scare all my friends off. It's because I'm fucking scared shitless, you know? All these people want to fucking pretend like they're victims. Fuck you, I'll block you. I will block you. If you want to play victim, all right, I will give you a chance to defend yourself. You give me a chance to defend myself. If you're just going to play victim, I'll block you. If you're going to attack my character and then play victim when I speak out and then threaten to call the cops knowing that the cops aren't going to listen to me, yeah, you are not somebody I want anything to do with. Pretending like I'm the one harassing you. No. You don't get to do that. Not after slandering a man's name like you did. Or like your sister did. Had I known she was your sister, Maggie, yeah, I never would have fucking been friends with you. If I'd have known who you were, I've been looking at this thing for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of it saying, people you may know, people you may know. I'm like, you know what? This might be somebody that I know. We got a lot of mutual friends. Nope. It's a wingnut who's fucking in it with Betsy Prowell. Now here's the thing with Betsy. I was all for her. I spoke out for her and against the things the Boulder Police Department did to her. I was trying to coordinate with her and her dad to try to do something, to try to coordinate a fight back, you know? The problem is he couldn't talk to me about it. He could only talk in person. And the texting thing, you know, fucking kills me. Well, his daughter's the one that I needed to talk to. Try to get a class action against these people. To establish that this is their routine. This isn't a few isolated instances. These are things that the Boulder Police do every day. to homeless people and activists like myself, Betsy Prowell, David Prowell. But also, David and Betsy Prowell went out of their way to slander my name on my Facebook. And then they wanted to whine when there was retaliation. What retaliation would that be, might you ask? Ostracizing. Is it alright for me to ostracize Miss Peaches? No! But I do it anyway. There's many people that deserve that ostracizing. Miss Peaches, I can honestly say, is defending herself and her family, and I know it. I know that Miss Peaches has good moral guiding character. Even when she's mad and has tunnel vision. I believe in doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And if that pisses you off, that's fine with me. The fact is, until you are able to get the police to take a look at the things that they should have taken a look at over the last year, your family and mine is in danger. So when you don't force the police to take that report, you are putting literally hundreds of people who stuck up for me in danger. And then you want to call me selfish and be selfish. Yeah, that's the thing, is that Miss Peaches, she's really not selfish. She is a good fucking person. She's helped out a lot of people just like me. Just like Janine Barrett. And Raja, well, for him getting pissed off on that post, he admitted that he had to fear for his family because he helped me. And because Miss Peaches helped me. And now that's in public. That was more useful of him than anything that he's done over the last year. Because that gets the truth out there in public. That is useful. Unfortunately, it's on Facebook, and it should have gone to the courts. But they tried to take this shit to the courts, and they were denied. Why would I slander Miss Peaches? Because people like Ken and Leah are always going to be able to send people like Blaine after me. So they can keep their hands clean for the things that they did. If their friends are coming at me, it's okay. As long as they're not doing it. If Tim Beeson comes after me, and Ted Bollinger comes after me, and all these little fucking meth heads come after me, because of something that you said that was untrue, and I am being harmed for it, you don't get to play victim. Miss Peaches should have been fighting for her rights when they refused to take her report. Mandy Hughes too. Katie Cahill as well. All of these people put a lot of people at risk by not coming forward and telling the truth. And the ones who did were denied the right to do so by the police. And that should have been documented. And it is. I documented it. Their own words. Their own voices. And I employed the tactics that were used against me. I also proved that it's acceptable for these people to do to me, but I'm not allowed to do it back. You're damn right I'm going to speak out till the day I die. Hopefully that's sooner rather than later. Miss Peaches never should have had to endure any of this. Maddie, same thing. Caramia should have never known I exist. Layla Johnson, too. Dan Favorite never should have had to spend any money. I never should have had to go back to my dad's house. I should have been left alone. I should have been able to see my loved ones and heal up. And that's not something that you guys are understanding. I don't have familiar people to talk to. It takes a while for me to make a connection with someone. When I make a connection with someone, it's so rare that it's strong. It's pretty strong for me because it's someone I trust. That's what it takes for me to make that bond. And the last person I made a bond like that with was Natalie. When she said she was going to kill herself, you're damn right I fucking showed up. Maddie Bowen knows that we were planning the trip months before I ever went. And Maddie couldn't go because she was on probation for methamphetamines. I was mean to Miss Peaches about a lot of situations that were beyond her control. Do you know why? Because she defended herself in those situations. I allowed her to. I didn't block her. I allowed her to vent her frustration in texting, which is incredibly difficult for me. And I allowed her to vent, and most of the stuff she typed was 100% correct. 100%. She knew exactly how I felt. She just wasn't making the connection, much like Mandy Hughes was not making the connection. All right, Mandy, now you know how I feel on a small level. A small level. The difference is they have families. They have a roof over their head. Another difference is they're very close to ground zero. They're close to the people who victimized me. They're close to the officers who did these things. They're close to Ted Bollinger, depending on whether or not he's left the state, but that man needs to come back to Colorado, or go back to Colorado, and face his fucking charges. What him and Alicia did at my grandmother's funeral, and also after Natalie died, those were completely unfucking called for. The things they did before Natalie died were completely unfucking called for. The way the police treated me about the abuse I was enduring was unfucking called for. And the way that I was treated, and my vehicle was treated in Virginia by the police there, that's just unfucking forgivable. It would be forgivable if they admitted wrong. Why do I forgive Miss Peaches so easily? Because she admits that she's done wrong. She thinks about it. She eventually tries to look at your perspective. Unlike Veronica. Veronica, she's an inherently good person. She's got a good heart. She's got a bad temper and a bad self-esteem, which manifests itself in harming others. And she's tiny. She really is tiny. Veronica Randall is badass. She really is, under the right circumstances. I'm not going to apologize to Miss Peaches today. That's because the things that I did intentionally. I'm not going to say sorry for something I did intentionally. I don't know what to do to try to get this shit to stop. I do know that the people who have gone through it, Miss Peaches She's gone through it and the cop's not caring. She knows what's going on with this, and getting somebody to listen to her. I mean, it's... And you can't call her from a private number or she won't answer. Too many bill collectors and shit, you know? And police, they only call from a private number. So you pick it up from the private number so many times and you hear some electronic thing in the background telling you something about how you won this or won that, or how you got to talk to the FBI, and you get a hold of somebody who's speaking half Hindi, and you're like, oh my God, dude, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but I don't think you work for the FBI. And it's not that I know Hindi. I've just gotten to hear a lot of... I don't even know if that's the right language, right name for the language. I could just be grossly, irresponsibly mistaken and sound like a racist asshole. So I'm going to stop there because, honestly, I should make sure it's the right vocalization, because it's a very specific dialect from India. I'm not familiar with their languages much, and I only speak one language. I just recognize vocal patterns. That's how it's easy for me to tell if people are lying to me or bullshitting me. But I had to believe people that I knew were lying and bullshitting me because, fuck, you know, I needed somebody to listen, somebody to help me to get this evidence where it needed to go. But instead, everywhere I went, they did everything they could to prevent me from doing that. And yeah, I'm mad at Miss Peaches. I really am. I'm mad at Raja too. But I'm not mad at them about their opinions today, because they're right. They are right. I'm not going to lie about that neither. They were right about how they tried to help, and about how the police refused to do anything, refused to take a report, refused to look at evidence. The media, same thing. Shannon Alvarado as well, but she didn't try to get a hold of the police. She should have. What Kara Johnson Miles was doing was gang stalking. And you guys want to be pissed off because I was screaming at the top of my lungs. No, I've been gang stalked for like 3 years now almost. Don't fucking tell me how to think and how to feel and how everything's all good and fine and dandy. Meanwhile, these people who threaten my life and the lives of my friends and family, I need help to make those reports. Because Miss Peaches, her life is in danger from these people who the police would not take me serious about. Unfortunately, most of these officers were painfully well aware very quickly of how hard I was trying to get them into court for not doing their jobs as mandatory reporters before Natalie died.